Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you're viewing from, you're watching another tutorial from Jam on FL Studios 10. Today I'm going to be going through how to use the piano roll, which is there. So the piano roll, and I'm also going to be showing you how to incorporate some more sounds into our beat that we've made throughout tutorial 1 and 2. If you haven't seen that already, or you don't know how to make this beat, which goes like this. Then check out tutorial 1 and 2 on how to do that. This is some real basic stuff. Some of you might have just clicked onto this video, and if you can already make this sort of beat, then you probably don't want to be watching this video. This is for beginners, as I explained in the first video. You just open it up and you don't know what you're doing. So let's continue. So we've got our basic beat here. Today I'm going to show you how we can add a sort of a tune to the beat, if that makes sense. I'm not too good with technical terms, but you'll see what I mean later on in the video. So our first thing we're going to do is add a new pattern. So obviously see you've got pattern 1 and 2. They haven't changed. And you just click on that little add button there. And then it comes up like this. You can either name it, or if you just press enter, you make pattern 3, like so. And now we're in pattern 3. Now the snare basic we wasn't actually using. We wasn't using at all in any of the others, as you can see, switched off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace that. I was going to right click, and then obviously it comes up the menu. Do you remember before you had the 2, 4 and 8 steps, same menu as that. You scroll down to replace, another menu comes up, and here are all your different programs which come with the program, if that makes sense. So you've got FL10 Studios as the actual program on the software, and then you get all this extra software with it for free. This is sort of standard stuff. You can add to it, but that's another video in itself. So you can use various programs or generators, if you like. Some, not all of these are generators, I'll tell you that now. Some are like effects and things like that, effects generators. And now the phone's ringing. Right, now the phone's now I'm finished on the phone. Now we can continue. I forgot what I was saying now as well. Right. Well, I'll go back to where I think I was. You go and replace, and as I was saying, not all of these are generators, but some are effects and things that we're not going to use, and some aren't going to give you sound. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on Harmor, and this is a sort of generator, I suppose you call it. Now, there's probably a lot of people out there again thinking it's not a generator, it's something else, but I don't know the actual word for it, so I'm just going to call it a generator for now. And yeah, it's going to give us another sound. And now again, this is probably looking even more complicated, and there's a lot more knobs and sliders and things to click and press. So there's a lot of stuff on here, but you don't need to worry about it for now. As I said, this is a beginner's guide, so we're just going to use a preset. Now, if you don't know what preset is, it's like a default setting, and there's lots of different ones. So, like, there could be a default setting for a certain tune and a default setting for a different. That'll give you a different tune, and it's already programmed into it. So, what we can do is we click on the little arrow up in the top left-hand corner, and we go down to presets, and we're going to come across. We're going to go to keyboard, which is there, and then we're going to go down to roads. Now, before I click on that, I will say that I have selected the tree display option. So when I click on things, they come up like so. Whereas when you click on them, it's going to come up with one big page, and you've got to find keyboard, and then roads will be under there again. It's just put them in a sort of categorised order, if you like. So yeah, go on keyboard, and we go on roads, and that gives us this sort of sound. And I'm just pressing keys on my keyboard there to activate the keyboard. You can also click. Right, so that's our sound. Now we can just click on the X. It won't actually permanently close it, it'll just sort of minimise it. And then what we can do is first of all, for some reason this is changed to a shorter pattern. And now pattern, I just need to make pattern 3. But I'll quickly point out that if you don't put any notes in, because that's up. If you don't put any notes in, like so, you know pattern 3 is there, but if you didn't have any notes there, let's just get rid of them quickly, pattern 3 will no longer be. So you have to recreate pattern 3. So there we go. Now we've got a new pattern 3. Now if we put a note on there, now pattern 3 stays, as I just showed you. So remember that as well, because you might be wondering where the hell's pattern 3 gone, when really you didn't have any notes on it, so that's why it just sort of collapses. So we're going to change it up to 8 as well. I don't know why that's come shorter, but oh well. Then what you want to do is this is where we come to the piano roll. Now you don't actually use the piano roll tab, or the way I do it anyway. What we're going to do is we're going to right click the sound we want, and we're going to use the Rhodes from Harmor, and right click it, go down, and we are going to go piano roll right at the top. So left click that, and here we are in the piano roll. Now it's just like another timeline in itself, but within a beat. So it's going to be hard to explain, but you're going to see how it works when I put it into the timeline. Now if we just click like that, that's sort of the default. That is the default sort of size of the bar that we can put in, but we can change the size of the bar by doing that, making it longer or shorter, and we can have lots of them. But this is the pattern I want you to make, or at least try making, and that's what's going to go with our tune. So obviously you can have different patterns for different tunes that you make, but we've already got our beat, so we're going to have a pattern like this, or at least this is one I made before to see if it worked. So it goes, if I remember rightly, like this. Then we go up. I've actually drawn it on a piece of paper, so don't forget. And so what you can also do is hold Control and then scroll either in or out to zoom in or out. And then we have, so we've got one up, and then we got 2 down. Scroll along a bit more, and then another one up there. But we're going to have that one a little bit shorter, and one in there, like so. I believe that might be slightly wrong, but we'll soon find out. So if we play that through by clicking just on the pattern again, make sure it's not the whole song as I said before. So just click pattern, then click play. That sounds slightly wrong. I've got a feeling that is too long. Let's see what's going on. So if we paste that, that's why it's miles too long. So we need it that length, but you can't just trim it like that. You have to go back into the piano roll and change it. Damn, that's annoying. Right, so we're at double the length, so we need to shorten that one. Oh, hang on, let me have a look. Okay, well that was a bit confusing. I've worked it out now, I think. So the thing is, let me get the piano roll again. One of these, the length of that, is equal to one of them, except to the line there. So that's where it gets a bit confusing. So even I got confused there, but you're just gonna have to try and work that out for yourself. It's really hard for me to just try and explain how that works, but yeah, if we play this tune now, which sounds like this, like that. It sounds a bit depressing, but it's just to give you an idea. Obviously you can change it yourself, or you could use a different preset. Like I said earlier, obviously there's loads of presets on it, just have to play about and you can change them. But I'd recommend making the tune first, because then it's easier to see what fits it better than keep changing the tune and trying to make the pattern. That isn't going to make much sense either, but as I say, you've got to try it yourself as well. Obviously I can only help you a certain way. So we've got our pattern, which obviously goes like this, and then you put it together. And I know why it sounded funny. It's because I've got to move this across slightly. So that should go to there. And it should go to there, I believe. Now let's try that again. And there you go. Now we've put sort of a tune with our beat. So now you can sort of see how it comes along. Also, that's a really simple tune there. You can make whatever tune you like. So for example, what you could do is make them all short, like this. So you've still got the same length of bar, but you've just split it into 4 pieces. Like so. And just there. So you see what I've done, obviously you had it all as one piece, now it's been split into 4 and 3 in that case, and it's just stayed the same. So, now if we play it through, and I'm just going to turn it down a little bit by, obviously now a step sequencer. As I said earlier, you've got the volume on the right hand side, we'll turn it down slightly because you can't really hear the beat. And god damn it, someone's ringing me again. Oh, people keep ringing me today. But yeah, so back to the pattern. There we go. I've turned it down slightly, so hopefully it'll be okay. But I'm just going to adjust it. If not, you'll see what I do. And now someone's ringing me again. Oh my god. 1 minute. God damn it. Right, so we've got our pattern. Now it's starting to sound a bit like James Bond in a weird way, if any of you know what it is. I'm sure. If you don't know what it is, then, you know, you really need to find out. If you don't know who James Bond is, then I'm going to post a video or something on who James Bond is. But now we're going off on a tangent. So let's just play it through one last time and hear what it sounds like. And there you go, that's how you make a tune to go with your beat. That's probably not the right terms again, as I keep saying, but you got the idea. You've seen what I've done. Hopefully you've learned something. There's probably other ways to do it as well, which I'll try and find out. There's a lot of ways you can do things on this program, which is why there's going to be a lot of disagreeable probably, but if you're a beginner, then this is a perfect way to do it. It's how I learned to do it, and it's quite easy once you get the hang of it. But yeah, hopefully you've learned something from this video. Comment, rate, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, dislike again if it's bad, and hopefully it wasn't too bad, and have a look at some of our other tutorials. Also I'm going to be going through FL Studios and try and get you all the way so you can make a relatively decent sounding song, or at least you can work out some sort of tune from it. But if you've got any questions, just post down below and I'll try and get back to you. Thanks for watching guys, see you in one of the next videos.